Hello everybody, and welcome to a very unconventional video. A way shorter video, as you could tell by the length down below. Welcome. As always, I am Greg.
The length isn't everything.
It's not always everything. That's Mira. Say hello. That's Studio. Say hello. That's Chrissy.
May the Sky Daddy bless our little video.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna say stream.
we're not streaming. That was last episode.
Chat.
Sky Daddy is streaming though.
I'm cooked.
Chat. I'm so
Sky
cooked.
Daddy is streaming.
Sky Daddy's streaming.
Start the rapture.
Don't cross.
So speaking
Gospel
of
music stops.
speaking of raptures, let's talk about the state of the game.
It's time.
It's time. Start the rapture.
So PlayStation state of the game.
So, we mentioned it in the last Afterbrew, but if you did not see the Afterbrew, you're probably also seeing that this is being called episode 84.5, and it is going in with the rest of the Homebrewers videos, because there's a little, I would argue, much needed recap, especially maybe for those who don't watch Afterbrews, but, at least watch the main campaign. We mentioned in our Afterbrew 2 weeks ago that Brad's out on medical right now. He's on the mend. He got really sick and then injured himself. And we're kind of needing to expedite some things because we already know a personal thing was coming up and we were going to need a break. And the intention was, like when Chrissy went out on her medical stuff, that we were going to stock up on a bunch of episodes and release those as we were on break. And then if there was a tiny little bit of a pause, there was going to be a tiny little bit of a pause depending on how big the backlog was. We looked out with Chrissy that you recovered relatively well, and we didn't have, and we had the correct amount of episodes too.
We were also doing it twice a month.
We were doing it twice a month too, which definitely helped out. So the intention was to stockpile episodes. Then a bunch of things, scheduling stuff, other personal things came up, and then Brad got really sick and is now injured and on the mend. So we are...
The injury is a result from him.
He's on the injured reserve right now. He's on the injury reserve right now.
He's out for the
So that kind of puts us in a little bit of a conundrum. What do we do from here? I kind of teased in the last Afterbrew, where do we go from here? Especially because our DM is currently out for a prolonged period of time. Well, don't worry, because we are going to be doing a little bit of a, Suya called it, we're doing a little bit of a Yakuza 0 for a little period of time. We're going to be...
I like how Italian you fucking said that.
It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to be rolling it back a little bit. And to give us some more information about what we can expect, and then I've got a little bit of a discussion about refreshing people as to what we've revealed in the past episodes. What is it we're going to be doing in the interim? It does sound like a cat out there.
if your little friend is back.
It might be kind.
Probably.
This is bedtime usually.
Joining us is their new friend, our new friend, let's just say. Yeah, that's definitely got to be your cat boy. But Chrissy is going to let us know what the current arc is going to be.
Okay, so, because of this illness and prolonged leave that our DM my brother's currently going to go on, I had a discussion with him, and so we worked out something. He is still, while he is recovering and while he's going to be on leave, still writing some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So me and him are going to be going back and forth on this. So he is still DMing, but from afar, and I will be taking over his in-person DMing.
While he's on the mend and on his leave, he's basically receding into a behind-the-scenes role to help Chrissy as Chrissy becomes the DM for this prolonged period of time.
So what we're going to do and what we discussed is right after the episode that happened, we're going to use it as a jumping off point to go to a mid-season arc is what I'm going to call it. And what we'll be calling it, well, what I'm calling it right now is the Returners arc. So for this, we are going to dive into all 3 of their backstories. So
you
this
said we were going to die.
Well,
Well, I mean,
I mean,
Ren's gonna die of cringe. Let's
Yes.
be real for a
the-
moment.
Yeah.
we'll probably have the cringe deaths, but
question: are we gonna have Naruto swings?
Dude, you're gonna
2
learn.
of you might.
You're gonna see when Ren Naruto ran for the first time. Yo. Yeah. We're gonna spend millions of dollars to get the licensing for 5 seconds of that song.
We are.
Did it, boys.
Did it.
So for these backstories, we're going to go beyond what started off. We're going to go beyond what we started off with in the beginning of Homebrewers, which is when the tragedies that struck all 3 of them happened. So Ren, for example, before that little vague backstory you get on him, and this is going to go before Dothe, and this is also going to explain how they got to Dothe and when they met up, like what their mindset was. So that way you guys can understand the character's personality outside of all of the stressful situations that we've been going through nonstop. So you'll be able to have a glimpse of how the characters acted, what their pasts were, why they are the way they are. Because I know you get little lore here and there, but this will answer most, if not all, of your questions about anything that happened in their past. If you do have any questions, you can always shoot a DM towards me, and I can discuss it with the players to see if there's they have an answer,
Yeah.
and maybe we can answer it in an episode.
And if I don't like it, I'll shoot it right back.
Wow, that was crazy.
She called it the Returners arc. She's returning the opinion that she
Yeah, I mean, if you ask a stupid question.
God.
But in this arc, it is only going to be the 3. It is not going to involve Chrissy, because in the beginning, Chrissy was not a part of the Homebrewers. So because she didn't come until later, this is going to be about the OG 3.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense because I'm DMing and I can't both act and DM. So
To be fair,
It's tough.
I run a game where I also have a player character NPC that's with the party.
You technically do that twice now.
Yeah, I do that twice now. It takes a certain kind of
it's not that it's impossible, but it would be.
I was gonna say it's-
it would seem too much about me. Like I know it would be my past, but it seems.
I was gonna say it takes a certain kind of autism to balance
Just
it
gonna-
properly. Is what I was gonna say. That's literally all I was gonna say about it.
For me, I just don't want to talk about this.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be based off of Ren, Amaryllis, and Suya.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happened and why Suya was even wanting to become a Kingsguard, knowing how his personality is. What kind of
Hey.
sunflower child Amaryllis was,
Yeah.
and what
gonna
kind of
speed
cringe
run
Lord
hers.
Ren was.
Oh,
We're
I'm
gonna speedrun Amaryllis
I am
because
s-
I'm awkward as fuck.
Yeah, it's
It's the charm.
yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
be
sure.
cool. We're gonna be, and I'm assuming that
It's fun for
format
y'all.
the format is gonna kind of be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Are we gonna be just like bouncing between little vignettes with each person, or are we gonna like, here's the episode solely on Suya, here's the episode solely on Ren, here's the episode solely on Amarillo, or like, are we just gonna like?
I mean, at that point,
Little-
we would only have one person at the table for
Yeah.
each.
Yeah,
Me-
I would assume we would kind of rotate
Yeah.
each episode, right? Yeah.
Me and Brad had been discussing it, but because it would just be about one person, we kind of felt that it would definitely just take away from everybody, because other people at the table would be bored. I mean, they could
Yeah.
chime in, but they would have no part to play.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to bounce off when there's a good part to stop for this person, like a little cliffhanger, then it'll go to the next
Bounce
person.
to the next
Yeah.
person. Like when we're split off in different
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So it'll have a little bit of everybody in each episode. I do not know how many episodes these will span. Hopefully it spans a good bit, but
With
we'll see how it goes.
with Ren's stuff alone, that's like that's like dozens of episodes of stuff that because I've been working on them since 2017, and I had so much for them.
One
But-
change me and Brad were thinking about.
Yeah.
I had also discussed this with Suya too. about the level your guys' characters would be at.
Yes.
Because technically,
We
you
wouldn't-
guys have plot armor, okay? Because
But-
this is the past. But that doesn't mean you guys won't get gravely injured or anything like that.
No,
because that
there's-
stuff happens. But what I want to do is I don't want to start you guys off with nothing.
Yeah.
What I want to do is because you guys were at your worst in Dothe, I want to say you kind of just decreased in level and start you at least at level 3.
Yeah.
Because I feel that it would give you guys enough stuff to survive on your own.
And it's like we're young, and it's like early in our lives, so that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And then how we got to.
Oh man, she only has the linguist feed at that point. Oh god.
Oh, I mean, sometimes you gotta deal
Not
with
observe
it.
it.
But at the same time, I mean, like, say, like, depression, just kind of like, you guys are worn down and beaten down already when you get to Dothe, so your level
Yeah.
decreases to 1, and that's where the story begins. So, I just so nobody's confused, that's where I want to start everybody off, just so it's a little more exciting, because level 1's never exciting. And then
It's-
what? You're never gonna level up or anything? That's boring.
It's gonna be really interesting
I was like, I have
playing
blank
all
character
that
sheets
stuff.
if anyone needs
Yeah.
to scale their shit back.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what my numbers were at that level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be really picky about how your guys' stuff is. It's as long as it's not game breaking, as
No,
long as nothing in canon is changed. Nothing in canon will be changed.
Yeah.
Nothing
I'm
is
basically
going to
just
be.
gonna-
There's gonna
retconned.
be
I'm gonna assume we're starting off with the gear that we kind of started with.
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of just
Well,
basic stuff.
I mean,
like for clerics, like we have the healer's kit or
yeah,
whatever. It's
Yeah.
like,
for base stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
we don't
Like
have,
for
like, a bag
example,
holding yet.
Ren literally is close quarters assassin, like in close quarters with his knives. He's not even toying with the idea of throwing daggers at that time.
Yeah. I mean, but this is gonna go beyond just when
Yeah.
they were fighting or whatever. This is gonna go
Yeah.
like how Ren grew up with his mother.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we've got. A lot of stuff that we never got to for Ren stuff that I'm excited for is we never got to see his home. I had an entire village ready if we ever went there. We didn't for obvious reasons.
Now you do.
But now I can finally work with you and give you the village that he grew up at.
That's not to say at one point in time we won't go back because Brad did
No,
give
yeah,
us
I just
feedback
don't-
about that and he said maybe we'll go back.
But I meant like when we were down
Right
there in
now.
like the thick of his arc, right? It's like there were some pivotal
There was a lot of
things in
things
there. There was a lot,
happening.
yeah. I'm excited to see a younger Amaryllis be like, I'm gonna be an adventurer.
Yeah, we
God.
did have some lore and stuff like that about her, hiding in holes and reading. So I wonder
Mending
what spurred
books.
that.
Mending books.
Some
God,
of it
I think
will,
she's a nerd now.
Oh hell yeah.
some of it will be very happy and laughy, and
Yeah.
some of it will make you sad or mad.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Yeah. So it's gonna go beyond just like it's gonna be a lot of RP. If
Yeah.
you get there, I assume in Zuya's because he was training for army stuff that there will be a little bit more battles, perhaps, but and maybe for Ren.
There's a lot when we get into Crimson's part of stuff. There's gonna be.
It's weird being the
more,
more peaceful one of the
Oh,
three.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot of like skill check, espionage, investigation, like based puzzle based stuff for Ren. A lot more actiony stuff for Suya, and a lot more like world building,
Heavy role playing for
role playing with
Amaranth.
Amaryllis. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I heard him again or not.
But yeah. So we really get to, and it's crazy that it's happening now, with the way that episode 84 ended. But at the same time, it is so interesting, and we talked about it in an afterbrew because you would ask the question about Lily Arena, and you are going to get so much of that in the Crimson stuff, and I'm so excited for that. I would say Ren's the one I think we've gotten the most glimpses at backstory through like memory and discussion. I feel like with Amaryllis, we got a touch of it going to her home.
I thought I kept hearing the cat. I was like, huh.
No, that's fair. It was like we got touches of it when you were at home and your family was just like, oh yeah, I used to go in holes and read. But like I think Suya's
No
the
one
one.
perceived me.
Suya's the one I'm
You
most.
did get bullied too.
That bully though.
Yeah, I know. Don't perceive me.
I'm not cringing at what I wrote. I'm cringing at being perceived. Suya's the one we don't know much about, and I'm really excited to see like his upbringing. Like that's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that. And I'm also excited for the stories that I've just had in outlines and in my head for like 7 years at this point to finally have a reason to exist other than maybe this will come up in conversation if this line of dialogue happens. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna get weird. I'm really excited for that. It's gonna get real weird. That's another weird.
Where we're also going to end up jumping off of, and I will recap this when we do start the actual episode. Yeah. So the way the Returners arc is going to begin is where the characters left off in episode 84.
Yeah.
Where the characters split off into each of the rooms that the nobles showed them to, so they're all in their separate rooms, and they are going to be taking time to reflect because they're not in the best of states right now. They're all either angry or upset or sad in some capacity.
Yeah.
So from there, that's where that's going to be going off of. It's going to be like them reflecting. And
that's going to be the setup of that,
yeah, and then we will go into the Returners arc. And after the Returners arc, you should see us return to normal with our normal DM and everything like that.
Yeah. So, and for like logistical purposes and logistical reasons, the next episode's still going to be episode 85. We're still going 85, 86, 87 throughout this arc. But similar to the Siege on the Skyclave, it's going to be there's going to be like name of episode, The Returners Part 1.
Yeah.
Name of episodes, The Returners Part 2. And then it's going to kind of follow that because the Siege on the Skyclave was really unique. Because before that, we only had one other episode that was a two-parter, and that was like a big battle, right? The Siege on the Skyclave was a 4-part battle that we took part in over like a span of a couple sessions. The Returners arc is going to span a decent chunk of time. And I just say that in a general sense because it could be just a couple months. We could go half a year with it. We don't know. We don't have a set amount of time. It's just what's going to feel right. It's still going to be Homebrewers. It's still going to have a lot of everything that we love about this game and stuff like that. It's just our way of getting around some of the real world stuff in the wake of needing to expedite some stuff and not being able to do a cushion of backlog, which, I mean, it happens. Life happens. It's not...
But that, we're still keeping in with the whole Homebrewers thing. It's not changing. It's basically just going into the character's backstory.
It's like, there's going to be touches of what makes... Like I said earlier, the combat gets extravagant, and we're going to get a lot of that with Suya. The, like... puzzle solving and the investigations and the dungeon dives, I would say that in a general sense, the like skill based dungeoneering is gonna be a lot of the Crimson's part of Ren's story. And then our like crazy there's also the cringe for Ren's story.
No, I'm saying for me.
Well, you get the bright, like the RP moments, the quiet moments that as of late we have not had. I think the last really legitimate quiet moment we had was Amaryllis' birthday party.
The calm before the storm.
It was literally the calm before the storm.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. So it's like it's still very much going to be Homebrewers. It's just we're subbing in as our DM takes care of himself, takes care of some personal stuff, and then once the Returners arc is done, whenever it is done, we will hopefully
really return.
And if that ends up not being the case, you will find out, and we will have a timeline as to when we will be back. But as of right now, the intention is we're going to go through the Returners arc for however long we feel the Returners arc does go, and then go back. We will return from the Returners arc.
Return of the Kings.
Yeah.
Weird.
The Twin Towers.
Returners.
So
returning.
Yes.
So what I want is
The returning.
is each person most excited about for this upcoming arc? Well, mid-season arc.
Yeah, this upcoming.
Speed running my shit.
As somebody who
Just
has
for that, I'm making it extra long.
No.
I want to say, babe, something you've told me that is a moment that you're like, it's actually not happy-go-lucky. I'm excited for people to finally see the moment you change gods. That is a moment you've talked to me about for a long time.
Scared.
She says, oh god.
Yeah.
Now you're dealing with me.
That's my answer. Because of what you told me. That's like...
Dude, she cried during that part.
Yeah.
You want me to cry at the table?
Yes.
I'm not... Yeah.
Have I not cried enough?
Yes.
No.
Fuck.
More!
I need that.
No.
Well, I'm just gonna cross out enemies on my mug over there and put players.
Oh.
Tears of my players.
I'm sure that cup just exists out in the real world. You could just find one.
Maybe, but I already have that one.
I think
That's how
I'm
I'm
most excited that people are gonna finally see a side of Suya that people really like. I wonder how he was, or did that not really affect them? But you guys are actually gonna see what really,
The building blocks of everything.
what really went through his head and how
Yeah.
he kind of dealt with everything going on, especially with his upbringing. He wasn't prepared, and you're gonna see how that happened
Oh,
and how
yeah.
it crippled him in a way to where when he reaches Dothe, it's gonna kind of like line in like, oh.
Yeah.
So, like, emotionally handicapped? No? Because he can't really, like, he just doesn't really want to reach out to people or rely on anybody?
Huh?
Is that kind of like that? Like,
I was
I'm
You said
asking a
handicaps.
question
I'm
on
like,
that.
you said handicaps. I'm like, he's not.
God damn it!
We gotta edit it again.
Oh my fucking god,
Here
Suya.
you go, Chrissy. This already exists out in the real world.
Cheers.
Oh,
Here's
there you
my
go.
players.
There you go.
It's like different styles of it too. There's like the mug. There's like tumblers.
Okay,
There's
like,
nothing wrong with Suya. It's just gonna be
No.
interesting.
There is something wrong
There
with
is!
Suya, but
Oh my god.
So you're gonna see a side of him that
We're not beating the cringe allegations.
he
We
was
already
living
knew
on his
that.
own kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I kind of want to show, because he's always been kind of reserved,
Yeah.
but now you get to see like what really did go through his head and how he's dealing with it, and how that changed from where he is now in the campaign.
Yeah. Shit. For me, I think I kind of answered this question before. Well, I mean that too. I think because we've seen hints at the Crimsons, we've heard stories about some of the Crimson stuff. I am beyond excited for the early years into his teens, the times with his mom, and exploring specifically the moment she got sick.
We're going back.
Ren's story goes back to when he was 5, when he was a child. A child. No, yeah. But
No.
we're gonna get a lot of what could have been if things didn't happen. And you're gonna see things like how he fell in love with music, how he kind of clung to that while his mom was sick, and stuff that's been mentioned in the campaign before. But I am most excited for that early years pre-Crimson's stuff, because we've already kind of seen touches and heard stories of his time with the Crimsons. We've ran into former and current Crimson Wind members to kind of have some sort of a deal with that, but we haven't seen what he was like before that. And I am excited to break my boy even more.
I've only read the legends.
But yeah, that's what I'm most excited
Legends of Cringe.
Oh,
Book 2.
book 2.
Book 2.
Yo, they made a sequel to Cringe? Hell yeah. But no,
It's just you older.
But yeah, so that's what I'm most excited for. The question I've got for you: what's your most terrifying part about stepping into the DMC?
The entire thing.
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so because I'm not really an experienced DM.
This is why my one single one shot I did was completely off the fucking cuff, because when I try to plan shit, it doesn't.
It's not the planning that I'm bad at or anything like that. It's just knowing when to do skill checks and the voices.
You don't have to do voices.
It
I know
gets
Brad
you
does a
into
lot.
it,
I know Brad
and
does
I
a lot.
like
Not every
it.
DM does it though.
But I like it. It's just
Because I
it's just
didn't really.
obviously
do that.
I'm not great at doing like for girl voices okay, but like I'm not very great at like gruff voices.
I've got this. I've got this. And I got this. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I recycle variations of those three voices in my games. But you could tell by the pitch of the voice who it is.
As I say, my gunslinger has more of like a British accent. Callista is like a Scottish accent. Demaya is kind of sort of Russian.
It's one touch gesture from Critical Role, one touch Sypha from Castlevania, yeah.
Because that just happened to be the thing we were watching.
We had just finished season 3, and so Sypha was fresh.
Shit.
Well, I'm going to be like this. Well, I can do the hits on my game. Well, you have to be known.
Alright, I guess I'm sounding like this for a little while.
Yeah. But no, voices.
This is gonna be the voice now, bitches.
Hell yeah. Wow.
Amaryllis just changed her voice.
What the fuck? Hey, yo. But no, yeah. So you will do great. And I know that it's intimidating because of the breadth of voices that Brad has. For better or for worse. When he forgets how to do Regent's voice.
I'm laughing because I'm so sorry. It's because of the croissant voice.
Because
Laurel or whatever his name is from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh.
When Brad was doing that kid's voice.
Jimmy's mom has got it going on.
You need the croissant.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know if I should leave this.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because that
Brad
wasn't.
was doing those voices.
And I want you to know, Chrissy, I want you to know that will happen with us. You will do a voice, and we will latch onto that.
And we will adopt that NPC probably.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh wait, backstory. Shit.
Oh, that's so...
You adopt them until Dothe, and then they die.
No, they go their separate ways.
Yeah, they
No one dies in this episode.
They went to the farm.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Keep on trucking.
Oh, and they just bought a farm.
And you know what would be super interesting? What I would like to see is you guys get really creative and think
Alright, I'm
how you thought when you first started playing, like the stupid little ideas, like the ridiculous things you guys did. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
You act like that stopped.
No, yeah, but I have
It
to...
has-
It's only gotten worse.
It hasn't stopped, but
It's
it's
increased in
gotten better.
stupidity.
So pretend I haven't been playing D&D for 7
Yeah.
years. Got
Dude,
Understood.
the plans
No,
have only
I
gotten
want-
stupider.
it. That's true.
Although you guys do have a
can only
bit,
go
like your
from
characters
here
have a
down.
bit of season in your belt, okay? But you guys are still young newbies, and just kind of remember how young and dumb you were when you guys were at Dothe. I know technically in the timeline it's not that super long ago, but we've been through enough to kind of like
Yeah.
make us grow up a
I'm
bit
older.
more.
Grow up.
I'm
Get
older.
over it.
I'm older and I'm still dumb. What's my excuse?
You still learn
Wait, you're learning?
sometimes.
You guys learn?
But yeah, no, I'm excited to explore this.
You
This
guys
is gonna be
read
a lot of
books with
fun.
words?
You guys read?
Damn.
he gets the books with the pictures.
Hell yeah, he does.
Dude, there's gonna be a part in Vox Machina in this new season that is gonna...
It's so
we watched it
Suya-coded.
and it's like, that's Suya.
It's a grog moment that's so Suya coded, and I'm very excited. But no, I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, the announcement of the release schedule. So, we are putting this video out in I'm putting this video out in mid-November.
We're putting it out.
So
Brad, that is the funniest voice you've ever
it
done.
is so funny. For people wondering why we're leaving the side tangents in, this is the only way Brad can hear us right now.
Yeah.
Like, But
It's the attention check.
we are going to be
It's also fucking
taking.
hilarious.
We are going to
But it's
be
the way
taking.
we're checking his attention.
I'm just kind of making sure that I had understood. Yeah, so it would be taking. We are going to be taking the Thanksgiving holiday off because Thanksgiving.
That too.
Normally, I would try to put something out, but Mira and I are not even going to be in the state. We're going to be gone, far away, to never
And
return. But yeah.
going
And you guys
trip.
are gonna be stuffing your faces. Ain't nobody gonna be watching this
Oh,
at
hell
that
yeah.
time.
No,
So
yeah.
we're
So I would
we're doing you a
recommend.
favor.
I would recommend, and it's going to be showing up in the end card. I would recommend
No one wants to
this
watch a
month
mukbang.
break. This month break is your good time to catch up a little bit, even if it's just catch up on the most recent episodes to kind of see how we got to this specific point. Because we are going to be going back, I would argue. I would like for you to guys go back and go and jump in or go watch some more of the recent episodes. But I would argue coming up right now is kind of a good place to jump in. If you maybe someone told you to check it out, or maybe you're someone who's trying to tell people to check it out, and now is the perfect time because we're about to like I said, we're going back, we're going way back.
Way back, Richie.
And not only that,
Oh,
you guys don't
that's it.
have to sit there and watch the episodes. A lot of the stuff that we do isn't always visual.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's great to sit there and watch it, but if you guys just want to listen to it in the background, it's definitely worth a listen.
Especially
So
those early episodes.
if you guys are at work and bored or you can't watch something, just listen to our videos.
Yeah. Gives you a good point in time. But episode 1 of the Returners arc is going to be going up on Sunday, December 15th. And that gives us some time to at least record at least a couple, have them in the chamber, get those ready to go. No secrets, right. And then we'll be uploading through in lieu of, because normally we do the Christmas break and then we upload through Thanksgiving. We're swapping it this year. We're going to upload through Christmas and New Year's.
Through the Christmas.
We're going to upload through Christmas, so it'll be the 15th, then the 29th, and then we'll go on into the new year, all that fun stuff, to kind of make up for how we're swapping that. So we'll be gone for a month, but we will be back on December 15th for episode 85, the start of the Returners arc. And I'm really excited. It's going to be shit's going to get, we're going to get a little wet mild with this shit.
Weird.
We're going to get a little wet mild with it, which is really exciting. But,
Oh God, Jimmy. For real.
yeah.
We're gonna get wet and wild.
Oh boy.
That's when your mama dead.
Oh, and on that note,
We're canceled.
oh no, we were canceled way before this. On that, I don't know what to tell you.
Came back and got
We've-
canceled
I
again.
don't know what to tell you. We were canceled in 2018.
It's the recancelers there.
No
The
recap.
recancelers. On that note,
We'll show you why
guys-
we were canceled.
and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
No, but we'll
Yeah, I
see.
took that personally.
We will, but yeah, we'll see you guys on December 15th. Sorry, you really. Yeah, we'll see you guys on December 15th for the start of the Returners arc, and we will be uploading throughout the holiday season at that point.
Yes, and the best gift you can receive from us, and the best gift we can receive from you,
Is your love and support.
Hell yeah.
Click. And
We-
follow us.
And we appreciate you guys so very much. Y'all take care, and we'll see you on December 15th for the start of the Returners arc in episode 85. Take care.